This video explains how to create in-text citations in MLA 9th edition. When you begin a paper in MLA, you might be aware that you need to cite another person's idea in the Works Cited page. But that is not the end of the story. You must also cite each quote or paraphrase, a restatement of the author's words, in the exact spot you use it in the paper. These types of citations are known as in-text citations. MLA requires that you do this one of two ways. You can use what is referred to as a parenthetical reference or citation. A parenthetical reference immediately follows the quote or paraphrase being cited. It includes the last name or names of the author or authors you are citing, followed by a page number. Surround the whole citation in parentheses. In the example, "The sky is without color" is the author's quote. Because I have chosen to include this quote without using the author's name in the sentence I am quoting, I must place this important indicator after the idea being cited. The second way to create an in-text citation is to use the author's name as part of a sentence in your paper. This is known as a narrative reference, though MLA refers to them as citations in prose. In the second example, Smith states that the sky is without color. Note that in this narrative citation, the author, Smith, appears right in the sentence of the paper, so that the only requirement on the student's part is to show the page number the quote originated from. All that is required for a work with a single author is the last name and the page number, enclosed by parentheses. When a reference has two authors, the construction of the in-text citation requires the word "and" separating the last names, followed by the page number. If there are three or more authors, I can simply go back to using the first author's last name and then adding "et al." as shown, a space, and then the page number. In this snippet, there is no author and the title is used instead. Page 237 of the MLA 9th Handbook suggests shortening the title to the first noun. Here, master is the modifier and agreement is the noun. Note that because the reference is from a document title, the shortened form of the title maintains the italics from the original reference. Likewise, had the original title been in quotes, the in-text portion used would have been in quotes. If I want to give credit to two or more authors because they showed similar positions, or I was constructing a complex idea from two different sources, I would simply put a semicolon between the references and surround the whole reference with parentheses. The next type of in-text source we might decide to use are narrative references. Narrative references are those that mention the author in the prose as part of your sentence or paragraph. Note that with both author quotes and paraphrases, the page number in parentheses ends the idea, followed by the punctuation for the sentence. Also, there are times when the portion of the work you'd like to draw attention to is longer than 4 lines of text. You can correctly cite 4 or more lines by setting the entire quote 1/2 inch from the left margin. If you are citing more than one paragraph, indent the first line of any subsequent paragraphs. Follow the quote with the author and page number in parentheses if it is a parenthetical construction, or with just the page number in parentheses if it is a narrative construction. Block quotes have no extra punctuation at the end of the reference, nor are they surrounded by quotation marks. And finally, on occasion you might want to use passive mentions of terms. According to page 102 of the MLA 9th Handbook, these citations do not require citations. If you would like more information about in-text citations, please contact the Writing Center on the 3rd floor of Glickman Library or the Library Reference Department at 780-4272 or through our Ask a Librarian service. Thanks for your time and attention.